Hello everyone, my name is Hamna Shahzad and I'm a culture reporter for the Yonsei Annals. For this May article, I wrote a review on Alex Prager's Big West exhibition in Seoul. So I've been to very few exhibitions in Korea, so I wanted to kind of explore it more, and especially like some globally famous artists. So I think the inspiration behind my articles usually changes according to what I'm interested in. Like right now, I'm really interested in photography and kind of going and exploring different exhibitions. So I think I naturally gravitated towards Alex Prager's exhibitions. So I was searching for different exhibitions for my review article on Naver, and I mostly came across a lot of Korean artists or foreign artists based in Korea. So I wanted to have like a different review section for foreign artists that are not based in Korea, because since the pandemic hit, there has not been much variety in the exhibitions that I go to. Alex Prager's Big West exhibition was kind of out of the ordinary in that sense, and that's why I wanted to go there. Alex Prager was actually born in Silver Lake, Los Angeles. So it's basically her hometown, the Hollywood industry. She's grown up around it. And it's been a part of her works. If you see like Ellen or her early works like Susie and Friends, all of them have a taste of the Hollywood and Los Angeles's pop culture references. And when she was young, she also had like inspiration from the surrealist photographer William Eggleston, and she also acquired some like 1950s wigs from her grandmother's friend who was also a Hollywood starlet, and that kind of inspired her retro style and brightly styled like photographs. And that's kind of what makes Alex Prager so infatuated with Los Angeles, and her experiences as a director and filmmaker in the industry is also, I think, a major factor into why she has so much of LA in her works. Alex Prager has this kind of technique where she uses a single person in distress in her artwork, and other like bystanders are just passing by coolly without a care in the world. And I think the main thing that like stood out to me when I went to the exhibition was the art piece Speed Limit, where there's a car in a vertical midair and the other people are just going by without a care in the world. There's also her compulsion series where she uses like person drowning or like a house on fire, and the other people are just like really indifferent to the whole situation. And there's only one single cheerful eye next to the art piece, which is the voyeur and the one that actually cares. But I think Prager also wants to talk about how like the voyeur sometimes also invades the privacy of the distressed person. So that could also signal the indifference of the person itself. There's her, I think her motion picture Le Grand Sortie was also a really good example of the indifference of crowds, where she shows like a ballerina in Opera Bastille who is desperately trying to capture the attention of her onlooker audience. But instead of dancing with her male ballet partner, she ends up dancing with like a formidable woman in the audience to kind of capture the attention. But that's to no avail, obviously. I think before going to the exhibition, I was kind of thinking that it would be like a loosely styled Hollywood art piece collection with like some references of LA sets or movies. But it was very different to what I expected, because like if you go there, they kind of have a very attention to the lighting of the art pieces, and the color palette is so striking that you spend like a long minute looking at every picture, and the details of every actor, their makeup is done to perfection. I was also really amazed by the fact that they had like really famous actors show in their artworks, like Julia Garner from Inventing Anna. She was also there in the series, so I was really impressed by the artist's reach and her attention to detail. So my favorite piece from Alex Prager's Big Best exhibition would have to be Applause. It has like 4 wall-sized projections of the actors kind of endlessly clapping at the audience, which is us, in a loop. And when I talked with the exhibition curator, Mr. Nguyen, he told me that it was like a Seoul audience favorite because a lot of the visitors kind of interpreted it as a reference to Le Grand Sorde's ballerina kind of desperately trying to get the attention of the audience. Like the ballerina, Alex Prager was also trying to get the attention of us. So I thought that was a really interesting and insightful kind of response and interpretation. That's why I would think Applause is my favorite piece.